Okay, I am all but convinced we live in a simulation. Like, I'm not like 100% like, oh, those guys wake up sheeple, but like, dude, this is getting ridiculous. Not even just about when you think about some product, all of a sudden you're getting advertisements for that, because that shit happens, right? Which is fucking weird and unexplainable. Not unexplainable, but I had a few months ago, okay, I listen to a lot of podcasts, especially while I'm at work. And I listen to a bunch of podcasts, and they always have their sponsors, like Hello Tushy and whatever have you, and such and such. And at one point I started thinking I want to start therapy. This was like 4 months ago. I was like, I want to start doing therapy. That'd probably be really helpful for me. And then literally, I didn't talk about this. I didn't say anything. I was thinking it to myself. It was an idea. It was a thing I was struggling with. Should I try to go through that effort doing that? Is it worth it? Yada yada. And I was whatever have you. And then started listening to the podcast again. I listened to the podcast that came out that week. I think it was Fuckface podcast, and that week they had an advertisement for BetterHelp therapy, online therapy, and I went, that's disconcerting. And these aren't just like random ads that play through. They recorded for the podcast. Like if I'm listening to Fuckface, Jeff Ramsey, who's in the podcast, does the ad reads for it, and I've never heard of BetterHelp in my entire life. And that next podcast, they had an advertisement for BetterHelp. I thought that's weird. Okay, same podcast, same thing. Months later, I was thinking about doing taking out a loan. Like maybe I should take out a loan, pay off my credit card, and consolidate my debts and stuff like that. Started thinking about that. Didn't talk to anybody about it. And even if I did talk to somebody about it, again, these are all recorded by them. That within a couple weeks of me thinking about possibly taking out a loan, Jeff is telling me, talking about an ad for taking out a loan. Or no, sorry, actually it was a Red Web podcast. Red Web had an advertisement before that I think Trevor Collins recorded about Upstart taking out a loan. I'm like, that's insane. That's insane because it's not just like a random ad that was put before the podcast based on all my data that it hears and collects for me and stuff. This was something I thought about, and they recorded themselves. The people in the podcast did the recording for Upstart for debt relief, whatever have you. And I thought that's fucking disgusting. I hate that. Now, getting onto the topic of this, I know that was a bit messy, and I apologize. Getting onto the topic of why I'm recording this, a week ago, no, 5 days ago probably, I was just thinking I would love to get a new Xbox controller because my scuff is all screwed up. I have my Elite. It's old. It's kind of crunchy. It's really not great, but I want one that maybe has more face buttons. I would love to have a controller that has not only more paddles in the back, but maybe extra buttons on the face for me to do stuff with if I want to. Who knows? I'm getting ready to go to work, and the Act Man has an ad on his new video posted today for a new Turtle Beach controller. Look at all those face buttons.
Is amazing when playing shooters or pretty much any kind of game. Since there's no mix amp or audio box, it makes it extremely convenient to tweak the audio mid-game.
Granted, it's not exactly what I was talking about, but I've never heard of this. I've not seen any other YouTuber promote this. I've not seen ads for it anywhere. I know if it's brand new, whatever. But what the fuck? I was just thinking, like, within a week ago, I would like to get a new controller at some point with more face buttons and maybe more paddles. Get a really highly customized one for gaming. Dude, we're in a simulation.